What do you think? I would like to have your opinion. Hey, what's going on, people? I know it's super late, and I said I was going to do this early. I don't know. Yes, you can be in the video too. My daughter's hamster here with me. I know I said I was going to do this early. I had a whole thing planned. As you can tell, this is a little bit different setup that I usually have streaming wise. I don't know what's going on. The software really wasn't cooperating with me, but let's get this started. Doctor Strange mug, awesome. Well, I know the real reason everyone's here. I could tell already based on the amount of support I'm already getting out here. It's not for me, it's for the drama, and I get that, and I understand that, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay. I'm the first to admit it. What is going on, Veronica? Um, I'm not gonna attack anyone. I know a lot of people get into this game to attack, to go after people. I'm not gonna attack anyone here. I'm just gonna say my opinion. And I had stayed away from this drama. I had already addressed it like a lot of times. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna get involved. It's their thing. It's their thing. But my name started getting dragged in this, and I was like, okay, what the hell? Like, I'm staying out of it, but yet I'm still being dragged into it somehow. No idea why. Um, I was upfront that I didn't want anything to do with this. I had nothing to do with this. And hey, Linda, and I don't have anything to do with this. This doesn't even involve me. I'm more of a third party that is kind of in the same field, but not really in the same field as these two individuals we're going to be talking about, Ophelia and Frank, um, on this video. Um, I'm always open about all this stuff, and I'm not going to attack. I'm not going to bash at either of them. I'm just going to say my piece. And if anyone has any difference of opinions, they're more than welcome to call in. I'll go ahead and I'll put the line up, and anyone could call or text if they don't want their name to be shown here in the comments, because I know it gets real touchy a lot with these people. If they see a certain person in the comments, they'll assume I'm associated with one side or not, because that's what's been happening this week. What did Ophelia say about me? I didn't know she had been talking about me. Oh, I know she had been talking about me because people have been coming to me and saying like, "Oh, well, um, you allowed the girls from 210 to come onto your live, so that means you're on their side." No, it's neutral ground, always has been neutral ground. I like to think that there's, some fangs and some peacocks both enjoy my that they both enjoy my content. They come here, it's neutral ground. We don't have a battle zone in the comments. Sometimes we do have a little battle in the comments, and that's fine, like as long as it's nothing too big. But um I don't have moderators. I don't really need them. One, because I don't have a lot of views, and I'm okay. I admit that. I'm not about the games. What's going on, Isabel? I don't need moderators because my feelings don't get hurt. I don't need to be put into a bubble where I can only. Oh, thank you. I don't need to be put into a bubble where I'm only surrounded by good words and I'm afraid of things to hurt me, because it kind of turns into a police state once everyone starts getting moderators, especially when you have more moderators than other people actually commenting. It's good. I know Ophelia hasn't said anything bad about me. It's followers and the people who get really emotionally involved into this that start bringing my name out and questioning, why hasn't he done this? Or I thought Dimwit was super educated. Why isn't he standing up or saying this or doing this? It's because it has nothing to do with me. In the past, me and Ophelia were cool. Like, I would always message her. She would always message me. I think we even talked like a week ago. I know she hasn't said anything bad about me publicly. I don't know if there's anything behind the scenes, but I know on her platform, my name will get mentioned. I know it was in the comments. Um, I know my name was in the comments a few times. People were sending me screen caps. I was like, okay, that's cool. Like, if they want to talk about me, that's cool. I'm not gonna come after them or anything. Um, That's your platform. You can do whatever you want on it. If she wanted to talk about me, she's more than welcome to. I know I'd like to think that we have the kind of understanding to where she could uh, message me or text me or call me, be like, hey, like, what's been going on? Like, what's the issue? Like, are we not talking, or have I done something to upset you? Just the same way I would do the same thing to her. I've done it to her. I've done it to Frank. Like, hey, is everything okay? Like, are we cool? Um, yeah, I never said that she came. I said that I was just mentioned on both platforms. Like another crazy flavored drink. Um, no, I'm actually drinking Kool Aid. I had got a Red Bull, but it's too late for me to drink a Red Bull for today's show. So honestly, I think about a lot of these platforms, myself included. I'm gonna make that perfectly clear, myself included. A lot of this is about egos. Um, we used to be in a place to where all of us were, okay with each other. Yeah, we might not have all been friends, but we had an unspoken thing, like, okay, like you usually go live Sundays at 9, I'm not gonna do anything. Or hey, I have an idea for a show, like as soon as you're done, I'm gonna go live, or I'm gonna do this show at this time, like can you not go live kind of thing. It was an unspoken thing that it was an unspoken thing to where we kind of understood each other. We wanted to, share the audience because a lot of this audience came to us during the whole Vanessa thing. Callie, I need you to be quiet right now. I okay. A lot of the audience, we all really gained our following from Vanessa. I'm the first to admit that. Like, I don't think if it wasn't for Vanessa and her giving everyone content, I don't think people would know who Digital Dimwit was. I don't think anyone would know, Phileas Frank. Yeah, he's had his platform for like 7 years, but I think like he really, multiplied his audience and like really like blew up because of the whole Vanessa thing. That's just the way I see it. I could be completely wrong. I'm more than welcome to someone telling me I'm wrong and like proving it to me. Hey, what's going on, Manny? Um, where was I? Um, used to have 9 to 5 girls, 4 boys. Sorry, I'm looking down. Another reason why this took forever is because I was just writing like a lot of things that I had to say. Um, so I just want to make sure that a lot of the stuff that I wanted to say gets said. And Cassie, that's the majority of it. That's why I came back into this because I know Annette said that she wanted to speak to me or she had some things to talk about. Me and Annette spoke uh, privately in messages. She let me know her opinions. My son's hamster's pregnant. Oh, you gotta take care of that quick. Um, she let me know that she was disappointed in me. She let me know that she thought I was better than this. She um, said a lot of things that I don't agree with, and I'm gonna address those. Show hamster. My hamster's actually like already all the way up in her tower, and she barricades herself there, so we won't be able to see her. But Annette told me she was disappointed in me. I get it. She's not the first person. There's like at least 3 other people who have come and said that they're disappointed in me because I haven't gone against Frank, or that they're disappointed that I'm not supporting Ophelia. I'm supporting everyone here. Both sides are wrong in some of the things they've done. Both sides have gone a little overboard. Both sides have gone a little too far, in my opinion. Like I said, my opinion. And a little bit of background because I know I was talking about this on my Facebook that I wanted to make a live about this, and there was people on my Facebook who had no idea who Frank or Ophelia were. They had no idea who these platforms were, and that's understandable. Like that's understandable. Like yeah, everyone has I think both of them have like 2,000 subscribers. Great, congratulations! Like that's awesome. Hopefully, I'll be there one day. But at the same time, you got to think about the number 2,000 versus the population of America. The population of America and Mexico, since we're so close to the border. And that's just a drop in the ocean. And that brings me back to like talking about the egos again. Um, yeah, you could say everyone here is somewhat an influencer, but not at the level of like influencers you see on TV or anything like that. Like you got to be humble at some point, and that's why I'm extremely humble at the fact that I even have more than 100 subscribers. When I first started this channel years ago, I was like, you know what? My goal is to get to 100, and after that, I'll stop. I just want to see if I was able to do it. And that's okay. I'm not chasing numbers here. But at the same time, you got to realize there's like 8-year-olds that have millions of subscribers, and all they do is open toys. They don't get involved in drama. They don't talk about, you know, these crazy things that are happening to people and like following people's lives or anything. So, I mean, it's not like you're building an empire or anything. Like, yeah, maybe down the road that could be the plan to, build an empire off of, the channel. Like Normal Cheeseman could break off into, several different YouTube channels, and one could be drama, one could be cooking, one could be, his stocks, one could be um driving around and vlogging with him. Yeah, like yeah, that empire could be built and it's possible. I'm not saying that he'll never get there. Like if he wants to, I think it's very possible. Same thing for Ophelia. She, has, her different topics every day that could be broken off into an empire of, okay, we're going to do videos here. We're going to do audio podcasts there. We're going to do simulcasts. We're going to do books. It's very possible. Hope both of them have so much success in whatever they do. It's just, you got to realize that if you are going to be an influencer, if you are going to want to grow and be this huge, great person, you got to realize how small you actually are on the scale right now. And that's coming from someone who's like smaller than you. Like I see it like, okay, yeah, I have, I don't know, like 1,200 subscribers. That's great. I'm not going to go and tell people like, oh yeah, I make money off of YouTube, or oh, I'm over, 1K, I'm banking, like I'm going to quit my job or anything. Hell no. I'm not going to do anything like that. Mary Pet Doctor 911. I had those videos ready to go, but the person who I interviewed was like high up there in Pet Doctor 911, and he said that they're gonna go into a lawsuit on what some of the people were telling them, and like speaking about them, that it was gonna get ugly, that it was gonna turn into like this huge thing, so that if I make the video, there's a chance I could be thrown in there, since I'm gonna be bringing that stuff back into the light of the negative things that were being said about them. So you said that I was more than welcome to release them. I have those uh, kind of ready to go, but I don't want to be sued. I'm not ready to be sued yet. I want to be sued. It's gonna be for something I did, not something that like I'm just replaying something someone said. So I think the lawsuit's going on right now. I'm gonna stay away from it. When it dies down, if they settle, if they whatever they come up with, then I'll probably release it. But I could go ahead and I could speak on it in a later time, like just little details. I just can't play the recordings and stuff that he had given me, because I had spoken to an ex-employee. I had spoken to the person who brought up these accusations, and then I went and talked to like board members for Pet Doctor 911. So I could kind of give like both sides. But where was I? Yeah, so I know there's still a long way to go before I could, quit. Yeah, I've already gotten my YouTube checks and stuff like that. It's nothing great, nothing grand, but let's let's get into this. Two of them, they had their channel. Well, I'm not gonna say they had their channel. Ophelia was a guest co-host from time to time on Normal Cheeseman. They did really good. It was really nice banter. It was really enjoyable. People liked them. The theory is, well, there's two theories here. The two theories are that one, Ophelia got, you know, like money hungry, wanted more of the spotlight, and she, broke off onto her own. The other side of the theory is the complete opposite, that Frank was the one that didn't want to share the spotlight. He uh, didn't like that Ophelia was getting um, like her fan base, or like it was kind of splitting up. It could go either way. It could be a combination of both. I don't know. At this point, it's a he said, she said. No proofs come up, so I can't say, oh, that's what happened. But I guess we'll start off with Frank, and these are just my opinions. Like I spoke to him earlier this week. I mean, there's no hostility. There's nothing. I don't hate the guy. I don't think he hates me. We chatted, a couple of LOLs thrown into the chat, and that was it. But they're both in the wrong, and I'm just gonna go ahead and say what I think each of them have done wrong. Starting with Frank, he's entertaining, but I think he goes a little too far sometimes. He gets a little too involved. I don't know if it's a character, because the person I see on his live really isn't the same that I see like when we talk one on one. I get it. You gotta, kind of present yourself. You need to be a little, energetic, be entertaining and stuff. But there's times where he does go too. Excuse me. There's times where he does go too far. And I'm not defending Vanessa or anything like that, because she's done a whole lot worse. She's gone a lot further. I mean, literally went driving to Houston, but that's besides the point. We're not talking about Vanessa here. We're talking about Frank and Ophelia. She's done worse. A lot of people will say that she's deserved it. A lot of people will say that she had it coming to her. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it would have been better for Frank to, how do you say it? Not give into it, not join in on the bashing, not join in on that stuff, and like just kind of talk about her actions, not talk about her, talk about um, kind of give like a commentary on what's going on. And that's where I kind of started, because I was like, okay, I like this content, but I kind of want to see it done this way. So that's where, my Vanessa File videos came, and I wanted to do, more commentary and get more of a conversation going and stuff like that. I didn't want to just be bashing, 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 bashing. As entertaining as it was, because that's how I got into it all, because people were sharing his videos and I started watching. And I was like, okay, well, like this guy, yeah, like he mocks her. It's, a little entertaining and stuff, but there's times where it goes too far. And there's people who will agree that, yeah, there's some things that went like a little too far, a little bit personal. Um, yeah, Vanessa was in Edinburgh, not too far from me. And there's a difference between, in this whole thing, everyone's excuse is, I'm just defending myself. I'm just, defending myself because this person's saying this against me. There's a difference between defending yourself and just trying to get back at someone. If you're going to defend yourself, you say your piece and then you move on. You brush it off your shoulder, because it's not true, whatever they're saying, whatever lies or anything that they're saying about you. So defend yourself and move on. Then lately, that doesn't happen. It turns into, a pissing contest. I got more views. I'm gonna dig up dirt. I'm gonna go speak to people from your past to try and find information and stuff. Like, that's way overboard on both sides, in my opinion. Here, another thing that I feel Frank crossed the line was recently the whole Annette issue. Annette hates me right now. Like Annette is disappointed in me. Um, Once she brought up my name in Ophelia's video, I think I dropped like 20 subscribers. So I guess a lot of people jumped on the bandwagon and was like, okay, well, we like Annette doesn't like Dimwit anymore. We don't like him anymore. We're gonna unsubscribe. So I think that's what happened. That same day is when I lost like 20 subscribers. Didn't bother me. I didn't go after anyone. It's 20 subscribers. If they're easily convinced to where like, oh, okay, if this one person doesn't like him, I'm not gonna like him either. That kind of schoolyard, junior high mentality. Like, okay, if you don't want to be a follower, that's cool. That's no problem. I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing. And at that point, it got into a little bit of a gaslighting issue. It's like, well, if you're with us, you should be doing what we're doing, or we support you, so you need to do this for us, kind of thing. It was I hadn't been gaslit like that since I was living with my parents in high school. That's all I'm going to say about that right there. But Frank did go after Annette this week, and it was harsh. It was overboard. It was uncalled for. I know she gets very passionate, and I know she gets very involved in this drama, and sometimes she may say things with she may, I don't know if it's true or not, she may say things in the heat of the moment. Pretty much everyone has said things in the heat of the moment without really thinking, without fully taking anything in. They just know that I'm pissed off. I'm going to say this. You hurt me. I'm going to try and hurt you with my words. But I don't think that still gives the right to insult someone's looks, their size, their weight, their anything, to poke fun about, to poke fun at it. Because I mean, um, there's people who really do suffer. I'm not saying Annette does, and not saying she is or anything, but there's people who do suffer with uh, eating problems, and it becomes a mental issue. And like by making fun of someone like that, you're making fun of someone with a mental issue. You're pretty much going after someone with uh, like maybe a mental handicap or something. Another thing that I took actually really personal was the fact that there's footage shown of Annette's mother's funeral. I think that was like extremely over the line, and I was actually upset about that because I know the pain of losing a mother. I lost my mother when I was in first grade. I was extremely young, really unfair, and I'm still torn up about it. Um, it still hurts. There's times where I'm still fighting back tears. Like probably right now, I'm kind of fighting it right now, just thinking about it. And I made a whole video about that, like the whole story and everything, if anyone's interested. But just thinking about a part of my childhood that was taken, experiences that I'll never get to experience with my mother, and to have Annette blasted on live and kind of ridiculed and mocked on probably one of the worst days of her life. Uh, I just, Annette, I'm sorry that you had to go through that. I couldn't imagine it. Uh, it's pretty harsh. And it's moments like this where things get pushed too far, where things get very personal, to where I wonder if there's going to be any apologies. I'm not saying anyone has to apologize. Probably no one's going to apologize. But I just want to know if there's ever going to be an apology to one person, or at least an apology to your audience. Sorry I went too far. Things are getting heated. Like they were saying things about me, because I know Annette said things also. I know Annette has said a lot of things about Frank. I know Ophelia said a lot of things about Frank, and they're just as guilty as making things personal and going after that, and being hot-headed, not really thinking about it, getting caught up in the moment and stuff. But this is just a show. This, like, it's all a show. Like, I could have easily jumped on the net hate bandwagon or anything. She came after me. She, caused me to lose subscribers or anything. I sympathize with her being dragged through the mud like that, because I feel like that's a little too far. But it's not gonna cause me to go after someone. Like, if she still hates me, she still hates me. Fine, like, enough. That's cool. Like, we were cool in the past. If you don't want to be cool anymore, no problem. I'm just saying that I feel that you're at least owed an apology to that level. But at the same time, you've gone pretty damn hard on Frank. And I don't know who shot first. I really don't know who shot first, because this thing's been going on so long. It would probably take me a couple of days just to try and go through all these videos, because Ophelia does like about 4 or 5 videos a day. And for me to try and figure out, okay, line it up with Frank's videos, because he doesn't do that many lives. So to build a timeline and try and get like, okay, which video came in what order, it's a headache. I'm not going to do it. Just thinking about it right now uh, made me dizzy. Uh, yeah. Now, Ophelia has gone pretty far also. She, I don't know what the whole drama thing is recently, where apparently Frank owns his own business when he said he worked for another company. I don't know what the whole issue with that is. I was just getting spark notes from, people that were telling me things and saying like, "Can you believe this happened?" Or "Look what Ophelia said about Frank," or "Look what truth came out." Um, I don't know the story, so I'm just gonna go based on what I know. I could be completely wrong, and you're more than welcome to correct me in the comments, correct me in the messages, wherever. But I think Frank, if I remember correctly, he worked for like 2 or 3 companies. I think he did like IT stuff for one company, and then he had his other thing going, which that's probably his business, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. So, I mean, I was able to remember that. I don't know if anyone else remembered that he always said he worked for like 2 different things. I mean, one could have been him working for himself, and the other could have been working for a company. I don't know the way he portrayed it. I don't know how he worded it. That's just what I think I remember. I could be completely wrong. But if that is the truth, I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, because I don't think there's anything wrong with that because I do the same thing. I work for a company, but at the same time, I have my own side hustle going on. And no, that's what I'm trying to explain. Like, I'm not making any alliances. I'm not on anyone's side. I'm just right here in the middle watching everything happen, because I'm not involved in any of this. So I'm just going with what I see wrong on one side and what I see wrong on the other side. And then I'm gonna get into what I see wrong from like both sides that they both share, but they bash each other for doing it at the same time, which I think is pretty funny. Um, I don't know why you would want to bash anyone for wanting to start their own business. I mean, if we didn't have people out there starting businesses, we wouldn't have anything. Me, I don't throw my business name out there. I don't throw, the people I've worked for out there. All I know is they know me, they know what I could do, and they find me, they refer me. Um, I don't know if the person I'm talking about right now is in the chat, but I know she's always watching. She doesn't really comment. I just want to say thank you for sending your son my way. I'm going to build him an awesome website and get his company off the ground there. But that's what I do. I'll, do little side works, like I build websites, I run Facebook pages, I come up with content, I've written for blogs, like just little things like that, little things that I could do in my spare time for a side business. I don't know why I don't know why anyone should be attacked for that. But if I got the information wrong, you please correct me. Like I don't want to be talking out of my ass if I'm doing something completely wrong. I don't want to be driving down that road. I want someone to tell me, "Hey, you missed your turn. Turn around and go this way." But at the same time, you're not going to force me to do that way. So making fun of him for doing that, showing the address of the business. I mean, that's still considered doxing, which is illegal. So if you can, like, you could just edit that little section out before anything bad happens. Because I know everyone has lawyers on their side. Everyone has a lawyer, the team of lawyers, or whatever it is. So I mean, just speak with your lawyers and see if it's okay to be sharing addresses, phone numbers, locations, and stuff like that. Um, what else has Ophelia done? She goes pretty far also. When she first started her channel, like a long time ago, like her very first thing, it seemed like a very similar format to Frank's. It was, very Vanessa centered and with a couple, branches here and there doing different topics, which is always good to, branch out. But, Vanessa started disappearing, and that's when Vanessa started finding, her rhythm. I mean, that's when Ophelia started finding her rhythm, started finding like what works, what doesn't work. And I think during this period was when she really started growing because she was able to do other things that weren't so um, drama related. It was, just talking the way, just talking like the way I like talking in my groups. Like everyone's allowed to talk. I don't block. I don't have moderators to delete you. I don't put anyone in timeout. Um, um, I put my number up for anyone to call me. I've had people prank call me, a couple prank callers, but other people say, "Hey, you know what? I support you. You're awesome," and that's great. There's even a hater that I had that she would leave comment after comment. She would have like 13 comments just calling me out, bashing me, saying these things about me. I would address her. I never deleted it. I never attacked her. I trolled around a little bit, but it wasn't anything malicious. Um, Another thing I don't agree with Ophelia was the whiteboard. It seems like ever since the whiteboards come out, like things have been going crazy. Like bringing in the kids, and that's on both sides too, because I know Ophelia's kids have been brought up by other people also. I mean, the kids have nothing to do with it. And now, if the like, even if they're over 18, like they're not the show. Like they're not the show you're watching. You're watching the parent show. Your focus should be on them. There's times where I know Ophelia brings her son on, and like that's cool. It's always like a fun, entertaining thing. Lately, I know things have been getting really hostile with a lot of the drama, and you see anger and stuff, and like I get it. I'd be angry too if I'm being dragged in this, and people from my past are being dragged into this. Yeah, the whiteboard. Yeah. I guess I'm getting to that part next. The accusation that Frank's son isn't his, and that it's this other person's, and that there's all this drama and accusations and shit slinging being flung around and stuff like that. It's easy to come up with any lie. I could easily say that, yeah, I got a Mercedes Benz parked in my driveway, but I don't have to show it to you. I don't have to show you any proof. Like, it's my channel, you're on my platform, you got to listen to me, you got to believe what I say. That's not the case like this. You can't take every single thing as truth. A lot of people have told me that, oh, well, Frank's a wife beater, and I'm not iPhone on whiteboard. She defended what she wrote about his son by saying he's going
Mhm.
to find out eventually. But is it her job to still put that out there? Like that's a family. If it's true, if it's true, that's a family matter. If she's not part of the family, not part of anything involved, I don't think she has any say in what it is. Just like if I found out uh, my neighbor's son was fathered by the mailman, yeah, I know about it. Um, I'm not gonna go and tell the kid like, oh, hey, the mailman, that's your real dad. That your guy who raised you, that's not your dad. You're gonna find out anyway. So yeah, it doesn't matter who tells you, right? Like you aren't allowed to do that. That is an overstep. That's not something you should go out and say just because you know it's true. Like I like whatever your intentions are, like if you're trying to, I don't know how you could say you're trying to do what's in the best interest of the child for this, but I feel like if it's not your business, if it has nothing to do with you, you shouldn't be talking about it. So yeah, there's been a lot of oversteps. There's been just accusations again on both sides. People, this it's always like a pissing contest. Like I came up with this awesome like story. I'm gonna build this narrative. My followers are eating it up, but then someone else comes up with this narrative that's you know towers over the previous one. So now the next one has to be an even bigger lie and a bigger lie, and then now we're just up a giant shit hill because these are all accusations. Like there's no proof. As much as everyone wants to say, you know, like oh I got receipts. We haven't seen anything. They call Frank a wife beater. No proof. They say Frank's cheated and that there's videos and photos and stuff like that. And these are my transcripts. I don't know why I'm just throwing my college transcripts around. Um, we created this giant shit hill to where no one knows what to believe anymore. And now it's a he said, she said, and now it's based on whoever has the most followers is right, or whoever has the most viewers is right. And like, oh look, they're looking at me because like I have the most viewers, so that means I'm right. And if you were right, you would have all the viewers and stuff. At this point, it's we're kind of seeing what I call the Vanessa effect, to where I want to do anything I can to get more viewers, which is going to result in more ad revenue, and I want to bank off of this. And we're just going to keep on doing this, making the big ball bigger and bigger and bigger. And at this point, I don't care who gets hurt. I don't care um, what friendships I lose. I don't care what my family's thinking because I got these thousands of people that I don't even know watching me. I got strangers watching me, and that's not what it should be about. And I think that's what it's getting to. And I'm scared that eventually I'm going to get to that point, and I don't want to get to that point where yelling and cussing people out and stuff like that. Now, another thing, and at this point, I still want to let it be known. Someone commented on what happens when the kid sees a message on the board. Okay, just want to address it. We're already, I don't know how long, we're 40 minutes into this. I don't believe I've attacked anyone. I don't think I've been vicious against anyone like this. I'm just stating my opinions. If you feel I've attacked or anything, it's not my intentions. I'm just trying to share like what I see as a fan because I am subscribed to both channels. I do comment on both channels. I I try and have fun on both. On Frank's, if it's not like an over the top like aggressive video and there's jokes, like yeah, like I'll joke around and throw my comments. Ophelia's too, not lately because I don't want to say something and then people like go after me like, oh, well, what are you doing in here? Because that's the kind of vibe I'm getting from the Peacocks right now. I thought I was cool with the Peacocks guys, but one issue, it's not an issue. It's not an issue, but I don't know how to address it because by addressing it, I feel that I'm gonna be marked a hater. I feel like they're gonna say Dimwit's just hating, Dimwit's jealous. I'm not. I'm just stating what I feel. The whole chase for subscribers is odd to me. I get it. There's people who support the platform and want to, give you a little compensation for it. That's awesome. I give compensation. I know there's been times where I'm in the middle of having to talk and someone drops, some money in the super chat. I freaked out because I didn't even know I had that thing activated, and um, like they just started coming. Like I think Nadia was one of them that started giving me super chats randomly, and I was like, holy crap, I didn't even know that was a thing, and I really didn't think I was deserving of it, but that made me feel good. But it's okay to have, my opinion here, it's okay to have people like say, you know what, I support your thing. I'm gonna go ahead and toss you, like $2 or something. Like go have a coffee or go, um, like go have lunch on me or something like that. That's cool. But I feel like it's pushed so much to the point where it's highlighted in on every platform to where it's on the whiteboard. Michelle, you're kind of disproving my point right here, Michelle, but thank you for the $3. I think it's in bad taste to be all like, you know what, first of the month, send me money if you're gonna be my subscriber. If you really support me, if you really want, you know, to keep my channel going, you're gonna pay for it. I don't think that's fair. It's a good hustle. I respect the hustle, and I get why you would do it because I mean, if you charge what is it, $5 and 20 people give you $5 for the month, I mean that's a nice chunk of change. Like that's groceries or gas for the week or something. So I get it's easy to do it. I guess I just can't see myself doing it, so that's why it seems a little taboo to me. Did you ever buy those presents? I spoke with somebody. I'm not going to throw out names, but what I ended up doing was I bought gift cards because I spoke to the county. Let me see, I have the emails here. Hold on, let me pull them up. Pay me if you love me. I have the emails right here. Let me look those up. Just because I don't want to be accused of saying like, oh, he said he was going to do this and he didn't do it. Like I always end up doing what I say. Let me just look at those emails. Let me approve that I'm trying to sign in. Yes, don't make fun of me because I can't pronounce Spanish names. But I spoke to the volunteer coordinator at CASA of Hidalgo County at 1001 South 10th Street in Edinburg, Texas. And they said that I asked if we could do a toy drive because last year I organized a toy drive for the city of FAR. So I said, hey, I've done this in the past for other people. I want to do it for me. I'm not going to put my name out there. I don't even want to go take photos or record or anything. I just want to do this for the community. So um, they asked for me just to encourage considering gifts for the older children. They usually get less items donated for the teenage age group, but they accept items like gift cards. And if we do give gifts, not to wrap them, instead place them in gift bags or unwrapped, because they need to be aware of what the donated items is. I was going to make a huge, like, oh, let's all do this toy drive together and stuff like that. It seemed overly complicated. So what I did was I just got what I was given by everyone, and I went and bought $10 gift cards, and I'm gonna drop those off. I think on the 13th. What day is the 13th fall on? So I want to see if I can get a little bit more. Yeah, on Monday the 13th, and just drop a couple of gift cards. Like I asked for a list of like how many kids are there, so I could have an idea. They didn't get back to me, so I was like, I'm just gonna do what I could do, and hopefully other people do the same. I spoke to um, someone who's also into giving, told her what I was doing, said I wasn't gonna do like a big thing. That if you want to do it, I gave her the name of the contact. I was like, if you want to do it on your end, go ahead and do it on your end. I don't want to have this big thing because it gets messy when people get involved with money, and it starts turning into like a blame game. And people say that they really didn't do it. They ran off with the money. We've seen it with backpacks and bicycles and all these PlayStations and stuff like that. I don't want to get involved in that. So I decided not to do a toy drive for my channel, which I really wanted to do because it's fun. But I know there would have been people saying that, oh, I'm stealing everything, or, I'm doing it to add more toys to my shelf or something. So if you want to do it, uh, the address again is 1001 South 10th Street in Edinburgh, Casa Hidalgo County, and it's the county orphanage. Um, if you want to give, I suggest getting in contact with them, letting them know you want to help, and they'll go ahead and let you know what they want. I already told you pretty much what they're asking for, and you yourself could take it over there. So no one could come at me saying that I'm not doing anything. I'm kind of putting in your hands. Like if you really want to give and if you really want to help and stuff, they're the tools. You do it for yourself. Don't do it for a channel. Don't do it for um, only celebrate Halloween. Don't do it for a channel. Don't do it for clout. Don't do it for anything like that. That's why whenever I do donations or I do like stuff like with nonprofits and stuff, I don't boast about it. I don't throw my face out there. I don't even do lives on it because it's not about you doing stuff for yourself. It's about doing stuff for other people. And it kind of loses all its purpose when you're saying, you know, look at me, I'm donating all this, I'm doing this, but here's my cash app so we could do it again. And that's just me. I don't want to get tied up in that because it looks ugly, and then that's just more fuel for people to come after me. And I have no reason for people to come after me. So there, the tools are yours. Go and donate. Hopefully, we can get all the kids there. And I mean, $10 isn't a lot to me, but I mean, to somebody else, it could be the value of $100 and stuff like that. Like they want gift cards and stuff so they could go buy their own things. Like those kids know what they need and know what they want. So it's best just to give them, a gift card so they could buy what they want instead of being given something like, oh, okay, this is cool, I guess. But I know all those kids would appreciate anything. But back to the whole thing, I don't get the whole pay to watch me um, kind of thing. I have a feature here on YouTube that every time I go on my to look at my analytics, it says, "Oh, you could set this up like a monthly subscriber. You set the price, and you could do like lives that only these subscribers could watch and stuff." I don't see a point in it. I I do this to have fun. I do this just to talk to other people. Um, I think I think I've only mentioned my Cash App like once or twice, and that's because I was selling these shirts. I need to get myself a new one. This one's already getting bad. But the only time I've only mentioned my Cash App is when I'm selling shirts, and I ended up selling those shirts, gave a majority of the money to the people, the woman that was making the shirt, and then on my live, I went and I was donating it to charity. I don't know which live it was, but I donated to Driscoll. and the Jed Foundation, which is an organization that helps young adults and teenagers with suicidal thoughts and stuff like that. It kind of helps them take them off the edge. If you give, that is between you and God, not to keep mentioning it over and over again. Yeah, like I could easily, I could easily like bank off of that. Before I graduated high school, I had completed 376 hours of community service. I cleaned up beaches. I read to kids. I put toy drives together. I uh, planted trees for 2 days straight, which was extremely hard and boring. Um, like raise money. Like I could go and talk about all those things I've done. Even like since then in my adult life, I've done stuff like that. Like I think I mentioned it. I think I mentioned it. A little bit in the past when I would go and hang out in the pediatric area for DHR and spend time with the kids. And when spent my Christmas there one year, like just handing out gifts and stuff. I talked about it because it was on the topic. It wasn't to say, "Oh, look at me, I did this, I'm great," or anything like that's just a little thing. Like that's something I do for me. When it comes to money, they're in it for the money. Yeah, there's nothing wrong. If you're in it for the money, just be upfront. Say, you know what, I like doing this, but I also need help with my bills. I do this so much, like, so could you help me out a little? And that's cool. You can't say that I have all this and I don't need money and I make money and you don't know the size of my bank account. But at the same time, can you give me like $5 a month so I could keep talking on videos? Like, if you're gonna be up for it, like if I was gonna do it, I would just say, you know what, guys, I want to dedicate my time to YouTube. I want to dedicate as much time as possible. So you know what, I'm quitting my job. I'm gonna need you to help me with this. I want you all to be my supporters. I want you all to join me on this journey and just help me out in the beginning because eventually it's gonna pay off. Um, if everyone could just donate $5 to help me keep the lights on in this place, and I'm gonna create awesome content for you. I don't think there'd be anything wrong with that because I'm being upfront. Man, I have a lot of gray hairs. The wife loves my salt and pepper hair, but I'm just noticing how bad it's getting. I can't paint it or I can't dye it or anything because she'll kill me because she likes the gray hairs more than the black one, I think. But I saw Ophelia recently, and she was making fun of Frank for asking for supporters and putting his cash out, and she was like going after him for doing that. And meanwhile, her cash app is written on the whiteboard right behind her, asking for supporters at the same time. Like there has to be some irony that you see in that. I don't know if she was doing a parody of it. I don't know if she was making fun of it or just trying to be meta and self-aware. But she's making fun of him for doing this. Meanwhile, sprayed in the back is her cash app and that she needs supporters. Valerie, I don't know where you got that from, Valerie. So Frank can do that and it's okay, but not OM. Just admit it because he's a man. You support him. Um, can anyone tell me where I favored Frank over Ophelia? Like I mentioned both of them doing this. Valerie. Let's see, where is it? Look, I'm putting the phone line up. Anyone's more than welcome to call, tell me where I'm wrong, how I'm wrong, and I'm mature enough to admit that I'm not right. I'm not My word is not absolute. I'm human. I could easily make a mistake, and with enough proof, my mind could be changed to like, you know what? You made some good points. You're right. This is wrong. Like, screw this person. Okay, I don't need to call you, Didi. Okay, well then I'm still have no idea what you're trying to say then. Like, I don't know where I said it's okay for Frank to do this, but not Ophelia because Frank's a man and me support man and man right, women wrong. I never said anything like that. I don't know. Hey Nadia, I was just talking about you earlier. How you doing? I know you're excited to go see Mobius. So am I. I have a Mobius pop somewhere. I'm gonna bring it out. I'm excited for the movie. Excited for Spider-Man. I got my movie tickets already. Um, so yeah, oh, FreeOtuber's here too, man. What's going on? I haven't talked to you in a while. I haven't seen you in a while, but I hope everything's well. Um, but see, I had this person, I guess, trying to stir the pot, trying to, get me to say something or trying to get me to go after someone, which a lot of people have been trying to get me just to go after people. And I'm not about that. Like, I've been offered money to go after Ophelia. I've been offered money to go after Frank, but stirring the pot, that's what the supporters in Bucks Fairies live for. I mean, I'm not a dancing monkey. Yeah, I'm here to entertain, but I'm not gonna be like, okay, you're gonna give me like a couple of bucks to like talk bad about this person. Yeah, easy money. I'm not gonna do it. There's other people that probably would like to jump at the chance to make. I think someone said like $50 to like go after Frank in like one video. I was like, as a content creator, like I respect that he has a giant following. I respect that he has his supporters. Good for him. He's doing his thing. I'm doing my thing like a different way. Good for him that he's succeeding in what he wants to do. Uh, Same thing for Ophelia. Like she's doing her platform her way, and she has her following. I know she recently got monetized. Um, I don't know what I don't know what took so long. I mean, she's had more followers and watch time than I do. But I think it was like something with her address or something that YouTube didn't want to give her the money or didn't want to monetize her because at the same time the content is a little um, it's not really YouTube friendly. So I get why she might get like dinged a few times from YouTube. Ah, D-box seats, I envy you. Those sold out too quick for me. Thank you. Um, Funko actually sent this to me because I was part of their like monthly subscription thing, and I had never stopped it, so they gave me this one and a Star Lord mug for free. As well, like, see, we don't need to start like arguments in here. Like, we're all friendly. This is Switzerland. This is where no one really goes after anyone. That happens from time to time, and I can't be held responsible for that. But I try, minimize it as much as I can. Um, and I know a lot of people on the Peacock side got upset because Isabel's in my chats. Uh, Other people might have issues with Isabel, but I don't have anything. She's never come after me. She's never said anything rude on my channel to me or anything. Like I haven't seen it, so to me, like Isabel's cool in my book. And Nadia, I know she follows me, but I know in the chats that she thought I was, going to the other side because of 210 and stuff like that. But she's still here. I still, I love that she's here. I'm happy that she's here, and she's here giving me another chance, and that's all I ask. Is like, if you disagree with me, okay, you can leave for a little bit, but like, just check in a little bit later. I know that's what one person says, that she'll check on me in a couple of months, to see where I stand, because she was upset that I didn't defend Ophelia. And at the same time, I feel like people don't need to be defended. People don't need to be attacked. I mean, Ophelia's a grown woman. She doesn't need me, like young guy that has action figures and Spider-Man posters on my wall, defending her. Like, who wants me defending them? Okay, I collect pieces of plastic. Yeah, Spider-Man tickets are going for crazy amount of money, but I'm happy to know that I got my tickets for free. How many current commenters are screenshotting this chat right now? Oh, and I was gonna do this tomorrow, but I was like, I'm gonna do it right now. I'm gonna do it late at night because there's probably not gonna be anyone there, so I'll be able to just speak my mind, and I won't get distracted with comments because I easily get distracted. Like, I'll just read every time something pops up. Um, See, like right now, I'm here reading the comments, and I already forgot what I was talking about, but I'm surprised that I have 27 here. I mean, other, like, I know the others get like 200, 300 alive and stuff, to like, no matter what time of day they go live. But if I get more than three, I'm fucking happy. Like, as long as I have at least three people watching me, and I don't know if it counts that I'm watching my own channel, so two people watching, I'm ecstatic. Like, this is highlight. I had a pretty bad day, so this is the highlight of my day. The fact that I have 27 people here, and I'm seeing like pretty much almost everyone's commenting here. I don't know. There's a couple silent people that are gonna go back and report to anybody. Um, but I mean, I'm having fun with you all here. Like, I'm tired as hell, to be honest, because I've been up since like 6 o'clock. I've been waking up at 6 every day. Um, but like, just here chatting with y'all, it's like, this is what I needed. This is what I live for. I'm gonna charge y'all like, oh, getting a call. How come it's not going through my computer though? Hello? Hello? Hey, who's this? Okay, yeah, no problem. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree, and that's why I said it earlier. Yeah. So basically, like, everyone has something like where they overstepped. So by doing that, no one could play victim in all this. Yeah, and, like, that's kind of like my point too. Completely agree.
Because I mean, it's bad enough that the situation is the way it is right now, but unfortunately, it may get worse as as the days go by. It may get worse. It's already up to that point right now. I still feel like the whole back and forth thing came when I saw it hit my toes. I thought it was when the whole not the bank street thing, but the recording, of you know like it was OM and then it was who was it Roser,
Hmm.
the one yeah the one that supposedly recorded and then um where he got I guess dizzy and then out of nowhere you know they like ran inside I guess explain something or explain what went down and um the who did what and everything. I mean, look, regardless of who leaked it, regardless of what their agenda was, that was a private, and I guess you could say it was private. It was a private phone call, but the whole um, the whole subject, the whole whatever subject they were talking about, it was that person. I guess it was Carla. She confided in somebody because she thought she could trust them, and when that voice recording got leaked, then it was just it was like all trust was gone. It was like that was the one thing where it was like, okay, both of them know go like, all right, there's no coming back from this. It's gonna be done. I'm gonna act like this, or I'm gonna act a certain way, and pretty much act dumb as to how it's gonna, how I'm gonna make it, and my feelings, um, we were all okay. We were all united when it was about, it was about Nessa trying to get, trying to represent Real Mandel. We were all united, but then, all this shit went down, and it's like, okay, the line is drawn in the sand. Which side are you taking? Regardless if it's right or wrong, regardless of who's right or who's wrong, you better pick a side. And you know, that's where it was like, okay, well, you know, the ones who suffer was the supporters, you know. But I just feel as though, like now, we really don't. I mean, some of the topics and subjects and everything that people are doing, will reach out, will be and does certain things, which hey, she gets her views. All right, cool. One of them was, um, I guess, I mean, she has a broad, topics and everything that she talks about and all that. Which is awesome. You know, Frank, he does his cooking shows every now and then. BT will come out with a video, and she's talking her mess or whatever, regardless if it's right or wrong. Dang, she's exposing herself out there. Hey, we all view Frank stuff as well too. So they both have their topics and everything, but you know it's still fine. It's still their hustle. I'm not bashing on that, and nobody should. That's how they get paid. That's how they get paid. But in the end, the whole bringing family into it, that's just just don't cross that line, regardless of who did what, regardless of what animosity you have towards that person. You just don't bring family. You sure as hell don't bring kids into it.
I agree.
You know, and I
And I don't think
you know, and I
there's any room for that.
yeah. So I feel as though like that line was crossed, and you know, it just like where do we go from here?
Yeah.
You know, and it's unfortunate that we can be adults and I guess express without getting the backlash because we've seen this already before. Both sides on the left and the right they'll come at you and they'll just like I said, when you come down on you, I mean you'll get blacklisted. You'll say that okay, well you're a white hater because you support you know because you support pregnancy. Well, I wasn't supporting pregnancy because I want to talk about pregnancy. Like nobody they just say right. Hey, we can have our we can disagree and we can agree on it. That's what adults do. But as soon as you say, hey, as soon as you say, hey, you're wrong, regardless of who it is, you're gonna get some type of backlash. So it's either you drink the Kool Aid or get the hell out.
Yeah.
And that's the unfortunate thing about all this. So that's just my thing on it. It's getting to the point to where you just need to take a break from it all
Yeah.
because it's exhausting. It's like damn, you know, you've heard it, you've heard both sides. It's like okay, we get it, and we just move on from it. But for whatever reason, you know, the past keeps being dug up, and it's I guess um, whether regardless if you want to bring it in for views or whatnot, it's just there, and you either have to take it or we just move on. You know, of course, there's some other players as well too, with and that's a different subject on its own with the ladies from 210. Then you also have Hyman as well too, and then of course you have Annette, which you know I don't understand why she doesn't have her own show because she has you know a relentless, not relentless, I take that back. She has she voices her opinion and everything, which hey, which is fine, you know, and the way she again that's the thing, you know, I'm not bashing her intelligence or anything like that at all. She's very she's well educated. She can have a conversation and a debate with anybody. And in the end, I mean, I'm pretty sure you could probably either have a beer or some coffee with her and come out as like, all right, cool, we said we said what we said. But anywhere else, we hash things out and everything's cool. She's a completely different person. But it's just when certain certain topics get brought up, it unfortunately brings the ugliness in. You know, it brings out the ugly side of somebody. You know, but that's just my thing, my opinion on everything. There's times where I even have to take like a break from it all because it just gets too much. It gets overwhelming.
Yeah, and it's always relieving when someone takes a break. I know I took a break a couple of months ago, and it was a nice, break, and then you come back fresh and you start doing new things, and you kind of put the past behind you.
Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. It's done. It's over with. Let's just, you know, let's just move on from it. I mean, there's, you know, let's just move on. Let's just, just like how you said, let's just take this as a lesson learned. Move on from all this stuff, and let's just, focus on other things because there's other things going on that you know that are a little bit more important than just like who did what and how and when.
I get you.
So
And then I'll let the chat know because I know they're waiting right now, and they want to know who you are. But I said you wanted to be anonymous, so I'm gonna respect your privacy and everything.
yeah, I appreciate that, bro. Thank you very much, and thank you for hearing me out and not giving me a limit or anything like that at all.
No, of course. I
And
mean, it's hard for everyone to just squeeze their opinion in just like a 3 minute, time limit and stuff. Like if someone has an opinion, like
yeah,
I want to hear
and
it.
I try to, I try to respect, like, your show and everything, and try to, you know, I guess try to make a debatable, I don't want to say speech, but a debatable opinion, or just
Hmm.
an opinion, period, but, the whole topic and everything, like, it's a big topic. It's a, I don't want to say it's an issue, but it's a big topic to clarity. The supporters, the viewers, they get in that position, in that awkward position where it's like, okay, well, you can't really choose both, so you got to choose one. It's like, come on now, you can't really do that. I mean, we could, but it's like both have both have their topics, both have their platforms and everything, and and they're both good. So why can't we have both
Like,
without without doing the quality, you know, either either person?
I agree. And, I thank you for calling, and um, I'm glad to like hear some opinions.
And no problem. I appreciate it.
All right, keep watching, and thank you for calling again. You have a good
No
one.
problem. No problem.
Oh,
Bye.
okay, I didn't know if y'all could hear anything. I didn't know how. Oh yeah, my iPad. I love my iPad. It was a little gift to myself with the promotion. Um, I didn't know how much of that y'all could hear. I tried hiding it. I tried keeping it this way. I have no idea how good this microphone is. Holy crap! This is my dream mic, by the way. It's a Snowball Black Ice mic. Very cool. It's perfect for podcasting. Back when I used to have my podcast on Spotify, I had a microphone similar to this. We heard it all. Um, but this person basically agreed, said that both sides are at fault, that both sides are guilty of taking one or two steps too far. And then I told him, I was like, at that point, no one can really claim victim because it's not about defending yourself at this point. It's about getting even or wanting to hurt the person who said something against you or anything like that. Yeah. I wanted to see if the other dogs wanted to come, but the other two don't. The girl, she's mine. The two boys are the wives and the daughters, and they're loyal to them, so they're not gonna come out and spend time with me. The girl, she came because she's probably like, "Hey, we're supposed to go lay down already," because she sleeps on the bed next to me. Um, um, yeah, this mic's pretty cool. And sorry, the keyboard was a little bit loud. I have a gaming PC that I built, and I'm so proud of it. Um, so I had to get one of those mechanical keyboards because I love those. Um, I think why'd she growl though? I feel like she's part cat because she growls for everything. Like if I pet her on the head, she growls. She'll come and she'll, put her belly up and want me to rub it. I rub it and she growls. Like I think it's more of a purr for her. And then she's always sleeping, and then she sleeps like in weird positions on the couch, like ways that a cat would do it. So I say that she's part cat. But she'll growl at everything, and like I could get right up to her face and say like, "Why are you growling at me?" And she'll lick me. She doesn't like bite or anything like that, so I'm very comfortable with her growls, and it doesn't bother me. Um, she identifies as a cat pretty much. She sleeps a lot. She does her purr. I looked it up, and schnauzers are actually very vocal dogs. So they, similar to huskies, like huskies can almost kind of talk by the way they make their sounds with their vocal cords. Schnauzers are the same way. They use different. They find a sound that they're able to do, and that's how they try and communicate through it. Where while other dogs just bark. Um, like Zero, my daughter's dog, he does kind of like a like when he's trying to communicate. Gwen, she just growls. Gwen, she is 7 years old. I've had her for 7 years. With the other dogs, she hates the other dogs because she just likes to lay down. She just likes to sleep. The others are always like running and roughhousing. I mean, they're boys and they're younger. She's 7 years old, so she's like already, in human years, that's like her 50s or 60s. The other boys are like 2 years old. No, not even two. Like I think one's barely going to be two this coming year, and the other one's I think like 4 or 5. So they're a lot younger. She's actually getting groomed tomorrow. So if I do another live, I'll go and I'll show her. She's all pretty. The boys, they're already groomed her. She had like a little rash, so they didn't want to groom her, but she's all good to go. She's gonna get groomed tomorrow, and she's gonna get groomed tomorrow, and she'll be nice and pretty because she's a pretty little dog. She's my dog. But she's Gwen after I was gonna point to this, but this is Mary Jane. But Gwen Stacy, Spider Man's first and true love. Uh, a wife's dog's name is Dodger, for Dodger from Oliver and Company, which is one of her favorite movies. And then Zero is Zero from Nightmare Before Christmas. So they're all technically Disney names. Let me see who's calling now. Hello? Hello?
Hello. Estoy bien, Ronca. ¿Me escuchas?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Are you still live?
Yes, who's this?
Sophia.
Really? This doesn't look like Ophelia's number.
Don't give my number out. This is my other number. I have 3 phones. And I don't want to be anonymous.
Okay.
I'm not looking at you, okay? I don't know what you're saying. I don't know what anybody's typing because I'm not looking at it.
Okay.
Pero me escuchas.
Yes.
Okay. Ahí estás tú hablando de los perros. And you're watching because you're reading everything that they're doing. La pinche hija de él culera está chingando a su madre y no dices nada. Instead of telling her, párale la verga, no le dices nada, and I know what your platform. And that's why Annette and I estamos como estamos. Because instead of stopping the situation, you're not.
But have
You're not
you
trying to stop it.
have you been watching when I said for Isabel to be civil and not to start this? Because it happened earlier, probably before you came in, and I've already addressed it. Now, I don't know if you want.
Oye, but she keeps doing it. I stopped. I told her, párale, y le paro. Respeta para respetar. How are they gonna be respectful cuando me están mandando a la verga?
I don't
Y no
know.
quieren que me dejen. Por eso les digo. Por eso les digo. Yo no voy a estar levantando la pierna para que me estén chingando. Ya no puedo ni hablar de lo que alego con esas pinches gentes estúpidas. Because they don't have any comprehension. I am somebody else talking about my son. What the fuck does my son have to do with anything that's going on in your show? Pero I am somebody else. You know what? Now they're clearing everything. Victor, I
Yes.
saw what you were typing. I'm not stupid and you're not stupid tampoco.
Okay, but I've addressed
You
it.
don't
I've
always
told
want to
her.
take a fight. You don't have to take a fight. All you have to do is, hey, having kids. No necesitamos pelear. Nobody needs to be fighting with anybody. But I'm watching those two bitches, Marlene and Isabel. No tienen pinche vida. And I'm gonna tell you what, those two bitches, they're gonna bring you down the way they brought Cecilia Chavez down. Nomás te estoy diciendo, they're gonna bring you down. Porque yo hablé con el commissioner de Mercedes y le dije, you keep associating with Jaime, and that reflects bad on you. No puedo ni hablar, I'm sorry. Pero, okay, anyways, I don't know what happened. Pero lo que pasa, que se mira mal, que esas dos viejas están nomás mencionando mi nombre. Yo tenía como 20 minutos, Edgar, 20 minutos mirando tu show y las dos pinches putas nomás tienen mi pinche nombre en su boca. And right now, I don't know what they're typing. Y la otra pinche patrol, she's got the backstabbing bitch's name written all over it. So it doesn't matter how many times you try to cover who you are. No se mira bien que esas dos viejas, they're gonna bring you down. Because nobody else is doing it except for those two. Isabel and Marlene. Those two. And you're not blind.
Okay, but what I'm saying is I've already addressed it on here, but I have a policy where I don't block. I don't, put anyone in timeout. Like I tell them if they listen, that's on them. Like I've said it a couple of times throughout the whole episode. Like, hey, like let's keep it civil. Like, hey, cut that out and stuff like that. Like I'm doing my part. I'm not gonna silence anyone or police anyone or force anyone. If they're giving me the freedom.
That's fine, Victor. You don't have to listen to me. All I'm telling you is, and they're probably not gonna listen to you, but I'm telling you, those two bitches, they're gonna bring your show down. That's all lo que te voy a decir. You take care, and I te miro. I don't have nothing against you. Nothing.
All right, I
You don't
appreciate
have to
that. I
be.
don't have anything against
I
you
heard
either,
what you
Ophelia.
say. I heard when you said that you didn't have to defend me, and you don't. You don't have to defend me. But I don't hide behind any fake pages. Y a esas dos pinches viejas putas las mando a la verga aquí y en terreno indio. But they're gonna bring you down. You associate with those two bitches y no vas a llegar a ninguna parte. But that's not on me. I te watch you. I'm gonna go to sleep. Good night. Good
Good
night,
night.
everybody.
Good night. Okay. I saw the back and forth going on. Distracted talking about my dogs. That's on me if I wasn't policing the comment section. But I'm scrolling trying to figure out where this started to see who fired the first shot. Um, and I'm sorry. I At the beginning of the call, I really did think it was somebody else. I know that there's issue with your throat. I know that you were trying to drink something to help soothe it. I hope it does get better. Um, but at the beginning, I really didn't believe it was you. So I'm sorry if I was coming off as, like, oh, well, you're just trolling me or you're just trying to mess with me. Um, okay, so Marlene was talking about my dog, saying that she growled. Then Marlene said, I bet it's the Facebook boyfriend. Because I know off of my channel, I know there's issues between Marlene, Isabel, and Ophelia, but that's on a whole different platform. That's on different channel. Um, Here, like I don't like it. And, I don't appreciate it. Messages are being retracted right now. Okay, so Ophelia's first comment was Chingao, it's pinche able. Marlene's response to Isabel said hi to Ophelia first. Then Marlene even said LMAO, Ophelia here, hi Ophelia. Now there could be some malicious, tone in the background of that, like, oh hi Ophelia, like, but reading it you really can't tell or judge tone through text. So I mean they both said hi to Ophelia first. Marlene said, "Did you bring your?" I'm assuming that's milk and corn. Marlene made the first comment towards Ophelia, but Ophelia was the first to throw out a name. So I've I've already said it. Like, don't be attacking people in here. Like, I don't want to become the kind of person that starts like deleting or start banning people or anything like that. Like, if I'm gonna do that, I want it to be for someone coming after me. I don't want it because two people are arguing with each other in the comments. Not to say that the show is only all about me or only me, like only watch me or anything like that. Um, the superhero saga, which one? Um, I actually took a class on the history of comics and comic book heroes, which is pretty cool. I wanted to get a degree and become a comic book historian when I was younger. I know there was any cause, tone. I didn't see anything bad. I don't know what kind of things y'all have on her platform or anything. I know a lot of people were upset because this is what free YouTuber $5. Thank you, man. $5. That's awesome of you. I don't deserve it, but you're into me anyways. You're awesome. Um, I know a lot of people were upset because Isabel was in my comments. I said it before, and that's not the first time I've heard that Isabel's going to bring me down or anything. I mean, she hasn't done anything here. I don't know if she has any malicious intent behind the scenes to where she's trying to bring me down. I'm not that far up. It's not that easy for me to be taken down. I'm not anything. I don't have a huge platform or anything like that. Um, you don't see it, you don't see what? And don't see what? What did I miss? What did I not see? What was calling it? Let me scrub. Like I said, there are some messages that were deleted, so I won't get to them. But uh, I'm just going based on the first time I saw Ophelia comment, and then did you bring your milk and corn? So I mean, it's easy to it's possible to say that they were provoking each other. That Isabel's provoking Ophelia. Ophelia may have been provoking um, or digging. It's possible. I don't know. I really hope not. I really hope there wasn't anything like that. Isabel, yeah, you've been telling everyone to like. You even told Ophelia to make sure she likes it. I don't know. She took issue with that because you're telling her to do something. Since I know there is a history between you two. Um, I mean, I've had people try and intimidate me. Uh, Back when I was, a police dispatcher, I've had people threaten me, say that they'll wait for me outside the police station and um, stuff like that. So I mean, I've been told some of the worst things before in languages I don't even speak. So I think I'm okay with someone I know, someone that I consider, an acquaintance, a friend, being upset with me. I'm okay with that. I could take that. I'm not gonna cry myself to sleep about it. She called me a criminal and said I was a felon with felonies, which is 100% false. I don't retract. False. I did retract comments because I typoed. Okay, so if Marlene did typo something and I didn't read it, she's saying that she admitted she's coming up front with it, and that's the best thing. Like that's how we could start getting over things by admitting where people are wrong. Ophelia says that she started with the lechita and the corn, and Isabel keeps calling me Rona. I did see that Marlena did start with, the lechita and the corn. um, I don't really think that was an attack. I don't think that was, her going after you because those are kind of your trademarks. Like, um, I hear Ophelia, I know I'm gonna hear the mention of leche and corn. Like those are synonymous with her brand. If anything, I would capitalize that and do, lechita, face mask or shirts with feeding corn, and then have like peacocks like feeding corn or something like that's just something I would do. I would capitalize at that. I wouldn't get upset about it. If anything, that's just spreading your brand. That's um like someone mentioning like, oh well, where are your action figures or something. Like, hey, that's kind of my brand. Like I'm the one that I don't have the green screen, I don't have the whiteboard, I have action figures in my background. um No, I didn't say you deleted anything, Ophelia. Marlene is saying that she deleted her typos. Um, and the argument is starting again. I didn't want this argument to start. I thought we were going to start talking about other things. Um, I know Isabel's kind of poking at Ophelia right now. Isabel, you are poking. Marlene, I haven't seen her do anything bad. She's even admitting that she deleted things. I don't know how you could still be upset with Marlene when she's coming up forth, being honest. Like that's just going to push people to not want to be honest anymore if they're getting in trouble for it. Okay, so we're gonna move on for the drama. If anyone has any other topics we can talk about real quick. If not, I could go to bed. McAllen Parade is tomorrow. I may or may not be on the float. Who's to say? Just keep an eye out for me. What else do we have here? John Wick or Rambo? Oh, for real tuber. Okay, John Wick or Rambo? Depends on the setting. If we're in the jungle, Rambo's gonna kick his ass. If we're anywhere in the city, um, Rambo doesn't do well in the city. He kind of freaks out based on First Blood, so he wouldn't do so well in the city. He'd probably be overstimulated with what's going on. So John Wick would probably get the win on that one. The parents that are on the run, what? Letty A. Yes, I seriously disagree with any of the name calling. I have never been one for the name calling. Even in all my Vanessa videos, I never called her, chisqueada. I never call anyone names because I address people as people because everyone is a person. Just all the way back to, elementary and junior high, like it's not nice to call people names. Like regardless of what you think about the person, there's still a person underneath whatever image you have of them. So yeah, I completely disagree with the names. I don't like them. I don't use them. Even when they give themselves names, like I always address Ophelia as Ophelia, even though she has her own nickname for herself. Jaime, I call him Jaime. I don't call him, the nicknames he has for himself. I'm all about just, call yourself what you are. Don't put a thing. Yeah, I'm DD, but I'm perfectly okay if anyone just says, "Hey, Victor," or like Victor this. Um, the high school shooter parents. Yeah, I heard those parents were gonna be uh, guilty of it, like that they're to blame for it, so they're going after them. Nadia has the right idea. We are all adults. No need for this babysitting. And um, I'm I have my hands full with my one daughter. I don't need to, babysit anybody else. Detroit PD caught them a couple of hours ago. That is awesome. I have been in and out of that story, but I knew that the parents who were being looked at for like the blame for everything, I didn't know they were on the run. I didn't know that they were even found. So it's kind of interesting for me to get the full story within just a few seconds. So thank you all. Um, TV shows here. I know everyone's talking about Yellowstone. Everyone's talking about Yellowstone. I can't get into it. I sat down and watched the first episode on three different occasions and got bored every single time. Michelle coming with the good questions. Spider Man or Batman? Um, I don't know. I do have a comic where they did cross over on a DC versus Marvel. I don't know how that fight ended though, but um, in terms of personality, Spider-Man wins me over. I feel he's a better hero, but in terms of like actual storylines and comic series and Rogues Gallery, Batman has like the best stories. I even have a book that a licensed psychologist wrote, breaking down like each villain's um like there's like a psychoanalysis of each character and basically treated them as patients and like all his thoughts on a psychological level, which was awesome. Chucky series. Chucky scares the hell out of me. I love horror, but Chucky's one thing I never got over, so I am not going to be watching Chucky. Century of Superman. I hate Superman with a passion. Um, this whole house is an anti-Superman house. We do not put anything Superman. I don't wear any Superman merch. We hate Superman, so I mean, I'll take a Metal Eater lad from X-Men over Superman. Um, I'm glad to know that some people agree with me. I felt like I was gonna get a hate mob because I said I dislike Yellowstone because I really do. No, yeah, I just checked my phone. I haven't received a single thing except some work emails. Let's see. Respect that. Marvel over DC. I wish I Marvel has better heroes, more entertaining heroes, but DC has way better storylines. Like not like the fun family ones, but like the deep ones. Like one of the reasons I hate Superman is because Green Arrow is one of my favorite DC heroes. And when Superman started working for the government and wanted to control thing and not have any other superheroes, um, he ripped Green Arrow's arm off, which Green Arrow needs. He's an archer, but he just straight like ripped it off and then just left his arm on the side there. Like I thought that was pretty harsh, and that's one of the reasons I hate Superman. Oh, the DD one. For those of you who don't know, we do have a Digital Dimwit Facebook page that I should be monitoring more and more, but I don't. So shame on me. That's my fault, not anyone else's. Um, Man, Ruben with the deep cuts, Emperor God Doom. Yes. Okay, let's see these images here. Oh yeah, it's a lot of the upcoming Marvel ones. There's Quantumania, there's Secret Invasion, which I'm super excited for. Um, I call you Daredevil referencing the series, not the movie. I love the movie. I recently saw the director's cut like 2 months ago for the first time, and it changes everything. The director's cut is amazing. Uh, I thought I had the book here with me on my bookshelf. You know, I might actually have it. Hold up. Do I have it? No, I don't. I think I left it somewhere else, like on the other bookshelf. Some people spend thousands of dollars on cosplay events. Yes. A long time ago, me and my friend, we started a website. We called it the Pop Cocktail, which is going to be like a pop, which is like a cocktail of pop culture, but we called it Pop Cocktail. And we actually had the pleasure of interviewing two cosplayers who go all out. Like they work an entire year on their costume, and they came out amazing. One of those cosplayers actually does this full time. This is her career, and she, gets hired to go to events as, a special guest. She judges cosplay contests. Really amazing stuff. I love cosplayers. They're artists. The series, I do love the Daredevil series. I can't find my Batman book, but Physics of Superheroes is actually a really good one. Uh, I I love physics, so this kind of like breaks down like um, how possible things are and like the math to like calculate like how fast the Flash really is, and stuff like that. It's really fun. Uh, yeah, Agatha's from WandaVision. In the comics, she was like a really old lady that kind of had power over Wanda. And here, it's a little bit different. But yeah, Agatha, the character, how they rebranded her for the MCU is amazing. I love it. Here, they try and do the science of Ant-Man and shrinking, like um, what it would really do to his body if he shrank to that size. And they bring out like equations and stuff like that. It's an amazing book. I need to read this one again. Um, any other superhero questions? I could try and answer every single one. Yeah, but I think since they are bringing Adam Warlock in the next Guardians, I think we're going to see more Infinity Stones because I think there's a total of 10 Infinity Stones. We got the main ones that were used in the original Infinity Gauntlet saga back in the 90s, but I think with this, we're going to get the second Infinity Gauntlet with the new stones. And hopefully, we get Adam Warlock as a villain at first because I think that's how we're going to see him. Mm. I don't want to get too much into the Spider-Man one because there's so many theories and it's impossible to know exactly what's happening. But basically, all past Spider-Man villains are gonna come tier into this universe. Don't know where in their timelines they are when this happens, but that's why we're getting Doc Ock. Uh, Letty, I don't know where I allowed it. I continue to speak on it. I continue to say not to do it. I didn't say, hey, it's a free for all. I like what you're doing. Keep going. Um, I mean, I'm not in favor of it because if I was in favor, I'd be going on with the nicknames and I'd be encouraging it and I'd be telling people to join in on, this kind of hate speech. And if anything, I'm doing everything to avoid that from happening. Uh, let's go to bed. We moved on. Yeah, I think we are gonna go to bed. I need to be up. Crap, I need to be up so early. Um, I'm probably just gonna stay up, guys. But there's no need for y'all to stay here and stay up with me. So I'm gonna get started on some work that I have due tomorrow, and I want y'all to have a good night. I thank you all. I thank you all for spending all this time with me. I enjoyed the hell out of it, and I don't know. Uh, Ruben, man, you got me showing my nerd side right now, bringing out like uh characters for YouTuber, you too, man. Like, that's the kind of stuff I like. Like my early videos were all like comic books and movies and stuff like that because I love movies. I said it before. Like I have a movie script that I've been writing for like 7 years. It's still extremely horrible, and I won't share it. But it's something that I'm trying to like grow and build into something so I could try and make it, even if I have to pay for everything myself. I want to be able to say, "Hey, I made a movie." Um, yeah, let's. Yeah, Ruben, man, you've been missing. I haven't seen you for a while, Ruben. But did we do this again sometime? I think I have one last sip before we go, and let's do Nadia, I actually do have a Twitch. I was so close to being verified on Twitch also. Um, but yeah, I would do stuff like that. Me and my friends would get together and we'd have discussions that would never even happen, but just fun discussions. But hey, if y'all like superhero talk, our next one could just be superheroes. I'll get into the science. I'll bust out my psychology book, and we'll go through Batman villains and see which ones are really crazy and which are just faking it. Um, Interesting fact: out of all of Batman's rogues gallery, Penguin is the only one that doesn't go to Arkham because he's not insane. All the others are clinically insane. Uh, Cobblepot Penguin is actually just a very good criminal. Pretty interesting. Um, my Twitch, it's either Radioactive Lolly, like Radioactive Lollipop. That's my handle for online gaming, or Digital Dimwit. I forget which one it is. Oh, the God Killer armor. Is that the No, okay, no. I was thinking of the Asgardian armor, but that's a different one. But yeah, the God Killer is pretty good. Why don't we see much of Scarecrow? He's he's kind of a joke character. Kind of like Batman has this villain named the Condiment King, which he just assaults people with mustard and ketchup and relish. So he's like a villain, but he's like a joke villain. Lately, that's how they're kind of treating Scarecrow, even though Scarecrow's like in my top five Batman villains. uh, One of my favorites. I even have like a scarecrow. I think I've shown the picture where I have like the scarecrow thing on. Joker, Joker's overused. He's overplayed. Um, Used to be a huge fan of Joker. Now, as soon as Joker gets involved, I know it's gonna be all about him, and I lose interest. I lose interest quick with Joker. There's so many other good villains that should be, high up there. Yes, I've heard that theory too. To where Bruce Wayne went insane. He's in Arkham Asylum, and what we see as Batman is what's actually going on in his head. That his doctor's name is Joe Carr, but he hates his doctor because his doctor's putting him through all this. So he made his doctor Joe Carr the Joker. And then there's like other like breakdowns of characters like the lady who tends the garden's name's Pamela Ivy, but he portrays her as Poison Ivy, and it's a pretty cool theory when you think about it. Why hasn't Manny Behind the Mic made a show? He was actually live earlier today. That's another reason why my show was so late, because I was watching his and commenting on his. Was the Boston Marathon bomber's name Joe Carr? That's pretty insane. Um, Bane has some pretty good stories. One of my favorite ones is called The Longest Halloween. I know they came out with an animated movie with the same title, nothing related to the story. The Longest Halloween is where Batman is broken by Bane. Bane breaks the bat. That's a really good one. Oh, they made a movie on that. That'd be amazing, because that actually takes Batman out of comics for like I think a year or two, and that's where we get Azrael Batman, which is basically just Iron Man in a bat suit. He looks pretty cool. Yeah, there's actually a couple of episodes that me and Manny did like I was on Manny's show like for two, maybe three episodes. It's pretty cool. We just talked about movies, comedies. We talked a lot about like Saturday Night Live and Chris Farley and how much we miss him, stuff like that. What do I have? I guess I could show you like one little nerdy thing that I have here. Um, I don't know if y'all saw this before, but before I had the Power Ranger thing, all that was just Harley Quinn. Like Harley Quinn, I'm in love with Harley. So when I had the opportunity to buy a very nice collectible featuring Harley, I got this nice little statue. Um, this was a San Diego Comic Con exclusive. Only about 2,500 of these were made, and I was able to get one. And this is one of like my prized possessions. I actually like it. Um, I don't like these like anime cutesy ones, but the fact that this was just such a rare item, I was happy to have it. Oh, Mad TV, yeah, because that's where we got like Jamie Kennedy. That no, not Jamie Kennedy. That's Jamie Foxx, Jim Carrey, the Waynes. The Fix It Hulk. I have a Fix It Hulk figure somewhere in my storage. Oh, yeah, I collect these pops. I have about 32 different Harley Quinn versions. Um, this is just like the very first one I got, so it's special. So she's on the shelf, along with a couple of my other favorites here. My daughter's into anime also. I took her to Anime Boom today, and she went and got like a real cool like Pokemon terrarium that like she had to build, and it was nice. I was like, oh, that's cute. Like it's like this small, but it was like super expensive. And I was like, let's just get it. Oh, in Living Color, yeah. I'm sorry, I got it confused. Yeah, in Living Color. But I do love In Living Color. That was like a more raw version of Saturday Night Live. Uh, Mad was like with Michael McDonald and uh, something Spears. I can't remember his name. Like Jamie Spears or Aaron Spears. Those two guys are cool. Angelina Johnson. Yeah. Okay. I got those confused, but I've watched both of them. Um, I think Matt had like a couple of like animated shorts. Saturday Night Live did too for a while, but I think Matt TV had this one where it was like cops, but it was done with action figures and like toys. Um, and I remember laughing at that a lot. I don't think I've seen that skit. Do I have anything else cool to show off that's like within arm's reach of me? I got a couple of statues up here. I got a couple of Boba Fett stuff up here too. She was. I never believed it until like my dad pointed it out at one point. Show off the hamster. The hamster's asleep. Yeah, I think Angelina Johnson's been here like once already. She's coming back. Um, Christella, she's a McAllen native. She came down here. I saw her when she came down to the valley to do like a skit. This was like after her show because it was cool to say that someone from the valley made it as a comedian and got a show titled like after her, and she got to star in her own show. And it was a pretty good show. I wish it would have lasted longer. Um, and there's a friend of mine that I went to high school with. He was like a real good friend. We made like a couple of like shorts together, and we made a couple of, one of my first YouTube channels was with him. I've had like 5 or 6 YouTube channels at this point. He was a real funny guy. He's the one who convinced me to write a movie script, and he wanted to go and make movies. He actually ended up going to Hollywood. He got a job in LA, and he was working for, I want to say it was BuzzFeed, and he actually comes out in a couple of BuzzFeed videos acting. So I was like, man, this guy's making it. He's awesome. He was a real funny guy. I miss that guy. He's done some stand up comedy. He sent me like a stand up thing that he did, and they recorded it. It was pretty funny. I need to see if he comes down to the valley soon. Um, Man, there's not a way I could share my screen because my stupid streaming software wasn't working, so I had to just go live on YouTube. Yeah, I can't. I can't share. I wanted to share the screen. We could have watched, some videos of people from the valley actually going out there, achieving their dreams, and continuing to chase even more. That's what I was going to do at some point. I did a couple of college programs around the country, because I got to tour like all the big schools. I even got to tour the Ivy Leagues, um, to see if I would go or anything like that. I got accepted to my dream school in Michigan, KZoo, Kalamazoo, and I was gonna go and I was gonna go and I wanted to be a writer, so I wanted to go to school and be a writer. I got accepted, but it's very expensive because Kalamazoo is a private university, so I didn't get to go. But luckily, a good chunk of my friends all went because when we went to go tour that school, um, we all fell in love with it. It was a beautiful campus, a little bit racist, but it was a cool campus because we asked if they had any coffee shops because we're high school kids, like we're cool. We want to like drink coffee with the college kids and stuff, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we got some beaners. Do you got beaners?" And I was like, "Whoa, like hold up." But yeah, their coffee place on campus is called Beaners. Michigan Burr. There is an RGV Schnauzer group, and I think they do plan like meetups and stuff like that. Uh, yeah, as you heard, Gwen, she's not a very social dog. She doesn't like other dogs, and she doesn't like other people except me. Like she even growls at the wife, at the daughter. Um, she rarely growls at me, but yeah, she wouldn't do well in play groups. Michigan, yeah, I want to move to Michigan. Eventually, I plan on it. Once my little thing where that I do for companies like grows a little bit bigger and I can work more remotely because I get to work remotely. Like I've helped um, this bakery in Austin. They needed help with uh, coming up with creative descriptions for their cupcakes and their cookies and stuff. I was like, oh, I could have fun with that. So I made like these fun backstories for each item, and I made it like kind of a storybook, and I can work remotely. So eventually, I would like to move to Michigan. Like that's a nice goal. I still have my Kalamazoo stuff somewhere. I think I have a sweater somewhere. Yeah, in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Yeah, and the university is KZoo for Kalamazoo. That was a dream. I mean, even the colors were awesome. It's like orange and black. Like I love those colors. Those are Halloween colors. The mascot's a hornet. Like, come on, like that sold me there. I didn't even have to see the campus. They're all like, oh yeah, these are our colors, and our mascot's like the scariest thing in the world. I was like, what is it, a hornet? And they're all like, huh, yeah. I was like, yes. Another school I wanted to go to was Emory. That was a school that I fell in love with, but it was like a real artsy school. Like people who go to Emory, grow up and become actors or famous dancers or writers and stuff. Like that's what I wanted to do. But it was very expensive. Crumble cookies for the first. Well, I wasn't here for the grand opening because I was. That's when I was at Disney World. But from like the second week to like the sixth week, we would go every week, try them. It was always real fun. Lately, the flavors have sucked, so we haven't gone. I've been very disappointed by it. But yeah, crumble cookies is fun in general. The idea is fun, changing your menu every week. And judging by the slow pace that we have slowly slowed down, I think we're going to try and attempt to uh, shut it down again. We're gonna all hopefully go to sleep. Me, I'm probably gonna get started on work that I should have worked on, like on the whiteboard. I don't have a whiteboard. I have an iPad. Like I'll write my notes on my iPad, and it'll just be sending positive vibes everywhere. People, like let's whatever mistakes we have made in the past, whatever things that we said to hurt people in the past, let that be the past. And like let's you don't have to go and be friends with people that you disagreed with or ask for forgiveness, but like let's just let that be the past. So I'm gonna tell you all good night, sweet dreams. Let them all be good. No one needs nightmares with the kind of world we have. Lucky. Oh, I miss working at night. It was fun. I would watch like so many shows and stuff. Like I'd still be doing my work and stuff, but it's nice just to have that peace and quiet. I saw a sweet Tesla today. I'm gonna be getting a Tesla soon. Don't know when, but I know I am. But y'all have a good night. Um, had so much fun. Let's continue to have awesome shows like this where we can talk about anything, and everyone is here enjoying their time. Isabel, Nadia, FreelTuber, Linda, Cassie. Uh, I haven't heard from Ruben in a while, so I guess he checked out a little bit earlier. But you know what? Let's have a superhero talk next time and let's make it super. I know it was real cheesy and stuff, but hey, it's 2:30 in the morning. I'm not going to be top of my game right now, considering I've been up since 6 o'clock with no naps. So there's that. But I'll see you all next time. We'll do this again soon. Y'all have a good night.